Okay, Rabbi, another topic in character development. You talk about anger.
Right.
Now, some people would say that anger is actually quite healthy. It allows you to sort of take off steam. What's it called?
Right.
What's the phrase?
Get off your chest?
Yeah, get it off your chest.
Right. Vent.
So like vent, exactly. So like, but Judaism has a problem with anger. What's the issue with it? And I don't think people like to be angry. They find it sometimes helpful,
Right.
but they don't like to be angry. What
Right.
are the tools for dealing with this trait?
Right. So before you really get to tools, one really has to understand what anger is really about.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody really feels proud of themselves when they're angry. So many people would interpret anger as a form of control, and that if you stand up to my anger, my most likely response will be to turn up the volume and just pour it more onto you until you learn to back off. Anger really does serve three functions, but none of them are really empowering. They are actually disempowering, and deep down everybody knows that when they're in control of themselves and they actually endure the irritation, not from weakness but from strength, without getting angry, they actually feel empowered because I took control of myself and I didn't let you take control of me by me losing it with my anger. So number one of anger is it actually plays the role of me avoiding intimacy with myself. In order for me, what does that mean? When I'm angry with you, I'm taking all the focus off me changing, and it's all on you. That means to say, I blame you for this marriage. I accuse you of ruining the children. The finances is because of your decisions. If I never listened to you, everything would have been perfect. I gave you the best years of my life. And whatever I can blame on you.
You're very good at this melodrama.
My father was an actor, so...
Yeah.
So, number one of anger is, I call it the ABCDE of getting out of responsibility. A, accuse. B, blame. C, complain. D, deny. E, give excuses. As long as it's other people's fault why I'm not happy in my life, why my marriage didn't work, or why I'm still single, or why I'm divorced, or why the kids are not going in the way I want them to go in, whatever it is that I'm angry about, and whoever it is that's on the receiving end of my anger, is actually playing the function of me avoiding taking responsibility for myself. So number one, I avoid intimacy with myself, intimacy. I'm not looking at me, turn the mirror around, it's everyone else's fault. Number two, anger plays the function of avoiding an honest relationship with you. Why? Because when you are on the receiving end of my anger, are you thinking, oh, I like this guy. Oh, let me listen more. Let me understand. Let me be more sensitive and admiring and respectful. Or are people saying, they're defending themselves in their mind and attacking back and saying, no, that's not true. How dare you start pressing my buttons? And then now they'll pull out their list of my crimes against them, and they might have a better memory than I do, and it's just spiraling down. So actually my anger plays the function of not only me avoiding looking at myself, but blaming the rest of the world, but actually makes the rest of the world not want a relationship with me. So I'm actually avoiding two relationships so far, with myself and with others. What's the function of avoiding with others? Because if I don't actually love myself, if I don't actually have that much admiration for myself, then, and you start showing interest in me, and you might even, let's say this lady wants to marry me, that might be scary for me, because if I know deep down I don't love me and I'm not a nice person, so I would much rather, as crazy as it sounds, I would much rather see, are you going to still reject me if I get angry with you? And they probably will. And if I still don't like myself, I'll probably say, well, would you still reject me if I got more angry with you? And in the end, what ends up happening is I'm losing friends all over.
Right.
So those are two functions. The third one is really scary, is that really, if it's true that God controls everything outside of my free will, then it's not true that other people are making me angry. It's really God sending people to squeeze me, not to hurt me, but to squeeze me to see what will come out of me. And what will come out of me when I'm squeezed? Whatever's inside. Oh, so if I'm angry and you squeeze me, you'll get anger. If I'm struggling with my anger and you squeeze me, my wife, my son, my brother, my father, or my mother-in-law, or just swallowing, sorry. Whoever it is that would be squeezing me, it could be my boss, it could be my learning partner, it could be the leader of a community, it could be my neighbor. I think we've covered pretty much everybody, but whoever it is that's squeezing me is inviting me to reveal myself to me, so that people don't actually shape us, they reveal us to ourselves. The tests we go through don't shape us as much as help reveal us. They invite us to reveal, who am I inside? So if I'm struggling with anger and I'm tested, so you'll get a struggle. What happens if a person is starting to really overcome their frustration? And instead of getting angry back, listen or ask searching questions or apologize if it's appropriate. What's going to happen? A person feels proud about themselves for good reason. They feel self-respecting. Oh, self-esteem starts to build because it has to do with my relationship with me and my relationship with other people. So really, anger is a denial that God is in my life, because when I blame my wife or whoever else it is I'm blaming, what I'm really saying is, God, you know what, you're out of the picture. This person here has power over my life. And the proof is I'm getting angry at you.
And this wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah, and this is not meant. If you give me the driving steering wheel, and I'll show you which direction my life should go. But this person doesn't belong in my life. So those are the three components of why anger seems to play a function, which is not really functional. It's actually dysfunctional, and it plays against me.
So are there no instances in Jewish law where it's encouraged for us to be angry?
So that's a very good question. Maimonides, a 12th century medieval philosopher and legal codifier, physician, known as Rambam, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, legal authority in Jewish law. He claims in a section called Hilchos Deus, which loosely translates as the laws of thinking. So in chapter 2, I think it's legal advice, halakha number 2, actually says that Kaas, anger, never works. The only time it will ever work, and here's an interesting anomaly in anger, is if you don't feel it. If it's only, he calls it kas hapanim, it's only anger as a facade on the outside, but not kas halev, but you're not thinking or feeling it, then that person will listen. But otherwise, what anger does is put people into defense or attack back mode, but never into listening. And if it looks like listening, it's only out of weakness that they're backing off. But the moment I turn my back, they're going to do what they want anyway.
Fake anger.
It's fake. It's not
fake news.
Fake. Yeah. It's fake weakness to my anger. But anger never works. It looks like it does, but actually this person's even more angry and resentful towards me for manipulating them. Anger never works.
Rabbi, it's been brilliant learning from you.
Thank you, Ollie.
Really nice to meet you.
Thank you for sharing and inviting me with you.
To stay up to date with the latest JCV content, if you're on YouTube, click subscribe below the video and the alarm bell. And if you're on Facebook, click the like button, and under following, click see first.